The history of communication. Communication is one of humanity's greatest inventions. Long before cities, nations, or technology, humans searched for ways to share ideas, preserve memories, and connect with one another. From symbols painted on cave walls to intelligent machines capable of generating language, the history of communication is also the history of civilization itself. More than 30,000 years ago, early humans communicated through gestures, sounds, and images. Cave paintings reveal humanity's first attempts to record experiences visually. These images preserved hunting knowledge, spiritual beliefs, and collective memory. For the first time, communication could survive beyond a single moment. The birth of writing. Around 3200 BCE, a revolutionary breakthrough emerged: writing. The Sumerians developed cuneiform symbols pressed into clay tablets. Soon after, the Egyptians created hieroglyphics. Writing transformed human society. Knowledge no longer depended solely on memory. Governments could manage empires, religions could preserve sacred texts, and history itself could finally be documented. The development of alphabets simplified communication dramatically. The Phoenicians created one of the first phonetic writing systems, later adapted by the Greeks and Romans. In the classical world, communication expanded through libraries, public speeches, and written correspondence. Ideas could now travel across continents. The printing press and the electrical age. In the 15th century, communication changed forever once again. Johannes Gutenberg introduced the movable type printing press in Europe. Books that once required months to copy by hand could now be reproduced rapidly. Information became more accessible than ever before. The printing press accelerated literacy and laid the foundations for the modern scientific revolution. During the 19th century, communication began to move faster than physical transportation. The telegraph allowed messages to travel across vast distances in minutes using electrical signals. Soon after, the telephone enabled people to speak directly across cities and countries. Distance was no longer a barrier. Human communication entered the electrical age. The mass media era. The 20th century introduced communication through sound and moving images. Radio broadcasts connected entire nations simultaneously. Cinema transformed storytelling into a global visual experience. Television brought news, entertainment, and politics directly into people's homes. For the first time, billions of individuals could experience the same events at the same moment. In the late 20th century, another communication revolution emerged: the Internet. Originally designed as a military and academic network, the Internet quickly evolved into a worldwide system of instant information exchange. Emails replaced letters. Websites replaced encyclopedias. Digital communication became faster, cheaper, and more accessible. Humanity entered the information age. The digital and AI frontier. The rise of smartphones and social media transformed communication once again. Anyone with an internet connection could become a creator, journalist, or broadcaster. Communication became instantaneous and interactive. Information could spread globally within seconds. But this new era also introduced challenges: misinformation, digital surveillance, and algorithmic influence. Today, humanity stands at the beginning of another transformation. Artificial intelligence systems can now generate text, images, music, and even conversations. Machines are no longer simply transmitting communication, they are beginning to participate in its creation. This raises profound questions about authenticity, truth, and the future of human interaction. From cave paintings to artificial intelligence, the evolution of communication reflects humanity's endless desire to connect, preserve knowledge, and shape the world through ideas. Every new medium transforms society. Every technological breakthrough changed the way humans understand reality. And the next chapter of communication history is being written right now.